Parsons Green Armed police search house over tube bombing. Police have arrested an 18-year-old man on suspicion of a terror offence in connection with Friday's attack on a London tube train. Armed police are searching a house in Sunbury, Surrey, where residents close to the address are being evacuated. The arrest is significant, but the terror threat level remains critical, Home Secretary Amber Rudd said. The man was held in Dover on Saturday and taken to a Kent police station. He will be moved to South London later. 30 people were injured after the explosion on a train at Parsons Green. Ms. Rudd chaired a meeting of the government's Cobra Emergency Committee, and it concluded the UK terrorist threat level should remain at critical. After the meeting, she said it was much too early to say whether those behind the attack were known to authorities, adding, "The operation is ongoing." In Sunbury, residents near to the address have been told to leave their homes and cordons are in place at a 100-meter radius to the property. One evacuated resident, Anna Wilkins, told BBC News she was shaking like jelly after being told by armed police to leave the home she shares with her partner and 2 young children. "As I walked out of my house I saw 3 armed officers," she said. "One had a balaclava on. All I could see were his eyes. I was really frightened." About 200 Sunbury residents have been evacuated to a nearby rugby club where one, Dan Norcott, told the BBC the local council was making preliminary arrangements for hotel accommodation if it was needed. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Cressida Dick described the attack as cowardly and indiscriminate. Ms. Dick, who travelled by tube to Waterloo Station before joining Met officers patrolling the South Bank, said, "London has not stopped after other terrible attacks and it will not stop after this one." It had been raised to that level, which is the highest and means an attack may be imminent, on Friday evening. Met Police Deputy Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu said the public should remain vigilant, adding that the force was not changing its protective security measures and extra armed officers were still being deployed. Operation Tempora, which involves the use of the military and was put in place after the threat level was raised, is being stepped up gradually. Home Affairs correspondent Danny Shaw said it is focused on London and the southeast of England and is being described as light touch, and not on the same scale as what was seen after the Manchester Arena attack. Mayor of London Sadiq Khan said significant police activity would continue over the weekend and thanked police, adding, "They are there to keep us safe." More armed police officers will be present at London Underground stations, as well as at stations across England, Scotland, and Wales, British Transport Police Assistant Chief Constable Robin Smith told the BBC. Most people caught in the blast were treated for minor injuries and have been released, NHS England said, but 3 people remain in Chelsea and Westminster Hospital in central London. Analysis: a critical change. By BBC security correspondent Frank Gardner. This is the 4th time the UK national terror threat level has been raised to critical since the system was made public in 2006. The last time was in May this year following the Manchester Arena bombing, when it was wrongly thought that the bomb maker was still at large and could strike again. In the case of Parsons Green, it is perhaps surprising that it took the government so long, over 12 hours, to raise the threat level to critical, under advice from the Joint Terrorism Analysis Centre, when it was obvious the perpetrator had neither died nor been caught. Each time the level has gone to critical, it has only stayed at this highest level of alertness for 3 to 4 days. This is partly as it involves an unsustainably high tempo for the police, intelligence and security services. Extra patrols are mounted on the streets of London, covert surveillance is stepped up and troops are deployed to free up police officers to focus on the main effort, catching the bomber before he can plant another device. but the very fact that yesterday's attack took place with no warning shows this system is only a broad guide to the threat and simply reflects the latest assessment. The BBC understands CCTV images have been obtained of the person suspected of planting the explosive device. The Islamic State group has said it was behind the bomb, which detonated at 8:20 BST on Friday. It is understood the device had a timer, but the BBC's security correspondent Frank Gardner said the bomb appeared not to have gone off properly. Had it worked as intended, it would have killed everyone around it and maimed everyone in the train carriage for life, he said. The Met's Assistant Commissioner Mark Rowley said it was very routine for the Islamic State group to claim the attack, whether in contact with those involved or not. Police have spoken to 45 witnesses so far and have received 77 images and videos from the public.